All right, what's up, everyone? This is a new episode of Sports Harder, coming at you live on this Friday evening. As always, I am your host, Maddie Lukewarm Ice. And my co-host for the evening, as always, is Chris the Gorilla Binder.
Mine was better. What's up? Throw them up.
Did you get tickets to the gun show?
You got gun shows. I got bazookas.
Oh, okay. I love it. Well, I'm excited because it is Super Bowl weekend. We have our contest, which I am going to go ahead and start off with talking about the contest because we want everyone to participate and be able to take advantage of the contest. So if you comment on our YouTube, it doesn't matter, this episode or the prior episode, leave a comment with your pick of Tampa or Kansas City, whoever you think is going to win the Super Bowl, what the final score is going to be, and whoever is the closest will win the first place prize, which is a $25 B-Dubs gift card. And we have a second and third place prize as well that Chris will talk about because he knows the details of the local Utah artist who is going to give us some of his prints.
All right, so there's a local artist here. He's actually the guy that does all my tattoo work as well. His name's Pat Rasmussen. You can find him on Facebook, Instagram, under Fantasy Realms. That's PH, not F. So it's Fantasy Realms. And he actually kind of wanted to donate a couple pictures here for prizes for people. So Matt and I were kind of going over the prizes. Originally, it was going to be a tombstone set for second place, and then the other picture for third place. But I'm going to switch those around just because we do have a lot of friends that are really into this other one. So I'm going to go ahead and show these really quick. These are signed prints. They are 12 inches by 18 inches. So if you guys need frames or whatever, we'll get them mailed out to you. But you'll have to get your own frames and stuff. So here is the second place prize. Now, these are all prints of his original paintings that he did himself. He does airbrush. Very, very talented man, obviously, does my tattoo work as well. So that's the second place prize. It's a Mandalorian with,
love it.
I'm going to say the child because some people may have not seen the episode where you actually get the name. So, Addison, need your help for a second. I'm going to have you hold that one up.
Helper.
So, this is the third place set. It is a full tombstone set from the movie Tombstone. You have all four of them, and then you have Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday and Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp. Pull it this way just a little bit. There you go.
There we go. Awesome.
So that's the full set there. All four of them do go together, or all three of them do go together as the full set. So that would be the third place prize.
I love it. Awesome. Well, I appreciate him donating this, and we'll, keep giving him shout outs on the podcast so people will go and check out his artwork, maybe go get some tattoos done by him. We appreciate his support and him donating for the second and third place prizes. And who knows, maybe if someone would rather have that as their prize for winning first, I mean, we can always switch it around. It doesn't necessarily have to be the $25 B-Dubs gift card. Whoever wins first place, if they really would rather have one of those prints, we're more than willing to switch things around and kind of, do what's needed. But $25 B-Dubs gift card is always good too. So, we love giving that gift card out. We gave it last year and the person really enjoyed it. First time we've been able to do a second and third place prize, which is really cool. So yeah, go to our YouTube page, Sports Harder Podcast, subscribe, like it, leave a comment of the winner and the score, and we can get you guys set up on this. We haven't had anyone comment yet, and this is kind of the last, this is the end, the Sunday is the Super Bowl, so you guys got to get on top of it if you guys want to win some prizes. So
I think when should we cut off? I would say if the Super Bowl starts at what, 4:30 Eastern, or is it 5:30 Eastern?
I'm not sure on that.
I think it's 5:30. I think it's 5:30 Eastern because I'm Mountain Time, and I think it's 3:30 when kickoff happens. So I'm thinking cutoff should be like to get your comments in should be like maybe 10 or 11 Mountain Standard Time. So like noon or 1 your time.
All right. Yeah, I think that sounds good. And then we had some big reveal as well for our new logo, which we were really excited about with that. So our new logo is up and ready to go. Shout out to my brother-in-law Brian Hilton for helping us out with that. He's a big Detroit Lions fan, so he's going to join us next week to talk about some stuff with his teams. He's big Detroit everything, Pistons, Red Wings. He's a fan of Detroit. He's originally from Michigan. So shout out to him for designing our new logo. It's got me as, Ice, Matty Ice, Lukewarm Ice. And we got our awesome co-host, Chris, as the Gorilla Binder, as a gorilla on there. So I posted it everywhere that I could. I'm pretty sure I covered all the bases for the new logo. So got that posted everywhere. We're excited. We appreciate him doing that. So big things happening with the podcast. Got the new logo up. Got the live video up that we posted right beforehand. Me and Melanie, the felony, did the live video. She kind of gave her Super Bowl pick and her prediction for the score of what she thought it was going to be. You're shaking your head already.
I just like what she said. It's just naturally going to happen that the Chiefs win.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, it doesn't naturally happen, but yeah, okay.
It was kind of adorable.
So yeah, she gave her picks. We're going to talk about our picks and scores. Obviously, we can't participate in the contest. It's our own contest, but we're going to give our scores and our predictions, as analysts, as sports analysts here on the podcast. We're going to talk about all the prop bets, which is going to be a lot of fun. But let's, before we get into Super Bowl stuff, let's start off with some big news that had happened since the last episode. Before we talk about the big trade, let's actually talk about EA Sports officially announcing that they're coming out with another college football game after all these years.
It is college football, not NCAA.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the licensing for NCAA.
Yeah, so EA Sports coming out with a college football game again. I don't know the exact details of what they're going to do because in the past they couldn't use player names, because they would have to pay the players. So I don't know if they're still going down that route again, where it's just going to be, numbers of players, or if it's just going to be however well the teams did the prior year. They're just going to make the teams, balanced that way. I'm not sure the exact details of how they're going to do it. I'm surprised that they're actually going to do it just because of all the commotion of college players wanting to get paid for likenesses and, numbers and, using their jersey numbers and stuff like that. I know some players have already tweeted, like Joe Burrow had tweeted that he was like upset that he's gone from college now, when he could have been on the cover, he could have been in the game, type of thing. So
yeah, because that's so much worse than being in the NFL and being paid millions for being the number one pick.
Right. So how do you feel? What do you think is the best route that they should go with, trying to get the game going up again and getting it going again?
They've already got it partially built, so they've got a lot of the program built and everything. So I think the big thing is they're making a push because they lose their right to be the sole entity that can make an NFL game in, I think it's 2023 or 2024. So after that, then other companies besides EA can start coming out with football games again. So like how we had like Quarterback Club and I don't know, there's actually a lot of different football games back in the day that you had the choices of. NFL. Well, no, not like NFL Blitz, but like the other type of games that were simulation type NFL games. And then they signed a solo contract with EA to where EA was the only company that was allowed to make NFL games, NFL simulation type games. But that contract's over, I think it's 2023 or 2024. So I think they're kind of trying to make the push with college to stay relevant when other teams can start making games, or when other companies like other game companies can start making NFL simulation games again.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense to be able to try to stay on, top of the market and, make sure that they're the number one, company, EA, trying to, make sure that they stay in the monopoly of making, football games. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how they're going to go about it, and when it comes to the outrage of college players wanting to get paid again and stuff like that. But let me see when it actually had posted. The next thing that we're going to talk about, it looks like it was on the 30th. I'm trying to think of when we actually did our last podcast. We did it on the 29th. So yeah, it was literally the last podcast we had was on the 29th, and then on the 30th, the LA Rams and Detroit Lions make a trade. Of course, it hasn't officially happened yet, but they're going to make a trade where Jared Goff goes to the Detroit Lions, and also 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick for Matthew Stafford going to the LA Rams. So blockbuster trade so far. We know that quarterbacks are going to be a carousel of trading this offseason, but it's already begun with Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff. I've heard a lot of things back and forth on both sides. Obviously coming from a Rams fan, I'm glad that we have someone different. I'm not glad that we keep trading away our first round picks, especially 2 of them and a third round pick to get a veteran in Matthew Stafford. I do believe that this will put Sean McVay on the chopping block of if he can get it done or not now with a quote unquote elite quarterback. A lot of people have always thought that Matthew Stafford is a top tiered quarterback, but he's just never had any weapons around him other than when he had Chris Johnson and Megatron. So
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. Sorry. So with that, I mean, it's one of those things where the Rams are going for broke, trying to make it back to a Super Bowl with the caliber defense that they have right now. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be able to, obviously, with all the other teams in the NFC as well, and of course with Tom Brady showing that he's still got something to prove as well, making it to the Super Bowl this year. What do you think of the trade, and what do you think of the Rams' odds of, trying to push to a Super Bowl now with, however long Matthew Stafford's got left in him to, be able to prove? And, does he really have weapons around him now? Is he on a better offense to be able to prove that?
I think he's on a better offense, and he has a better defense. He has a better offensive line that'll protect him. And obviously the Rams defense is ungodly. Like they're the number 1 defense in the league, and nobody can really stop Aaron Donald. Like the only reason Aaron Donald got stopped against the Packers was because he had cracked ribs. Like he was hurt. So, I mean, Aaron Donald is proven to be a force. And if teams double up Aaron Donald, then you have Brockers on the other side that's going to tear people apart. You have like the rest of their defense, like Jalen Ramsey is no joke. He is a top 3 cornerback in the league. Then you have your safeties over the top, which I think one of them was a rookie, or was it the cornerback that was a rookie? I can't remember his name, but the kid was freaking amazing. Came out of nowhere. He was undrafted.
Yeah, Denarius Williams and Fuller. One was came off of free agency, and the other one was a rookie.
Yeah, an undrafted rookie. Like, he was an undrafted rookie, and I think he had like 7 interceptions this year. Like, he was freaking good. He was a beast. And like, you don't expect that from an undrafted rookie. But I mean, the Rams defense they were the number 1 defense this year. And the Lions were like, what, number 25? And they have like the 20th, like number 20 offensive line, where the Rams have like the number 7 offensive line. Matt Stafford is better than Jared Goff. All around, he is a better quarterback than Jared Goff. And Goff got him to a Super Bowl. Goff got him to the playoffs multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you guys have a good team. You have a damn good team. If Stafford builds that chemistry, you guys have a chance. You really do. Was he worth 2 first-round picks? Hell no.
Yeah.
Like, Deshaun Watson is probably going to go for 3 first-round picks. And I'm sorry, but he is leaps and bounds better than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. I think the two first-round picks were almost it was a necessary thing to get a team to take Jared Goff's contract, because no one wanted to take on that contract. And I think the Lions probably were like, well, if you really want us to take on that bad of a contract, then we're going to need some picks. And I think that was the only reasons why they had to give up those picks. Now, I do agree with you. Now, the Texans are probably thinking to themselves, hey, jackpot. Because if someone was giving away 2 first-round picks for someone like Matthew Stafford, they can now ask for a lot more to get Deshaun Watson out of there. It raised his stock through the roof to be able to do that. So the Texans were like, hey, thanks, Rams. Like, you helped us out on that one. It'll be interesting if the Rams can they'll still have a 2nd-round pick in this year's draft. If they can do something with that, like a wide receiver maybe, or a quarterback that they can put under Stafford's tutelage to help to bring the team going forward,
You guys have the quarterback of the future already.
What?
Who is that dude that came in for Goff?
Wolford?
Yeah.
Wolford he's a guy from the AAF, that was doing well.
Good. He was good.
I don't know. We
For
saw
a backup?
For a backup, yeah. I mean, we saw a very little play from him in the game.
Would you rather have him, or would you rather have my backup? Nathan Peterman.
I would rather have Wolford, that's for sure. But I'm just saying, in general, the Rams, if they wanted to get a young quarterback, this is the draft to do it, and they could still get him in the 2nd round. So, because Matthew Stafford is up there in age, and who knows how much longer he would have.
He's only 12 years in.
Yeah, but still,
I mean, you look at Brady and Breeze; they went 20 years.
True. But I'm hoping that Matthew Stafford coming in will help the deep ball game open up, because I swear all we did this year was just dinking and dunking, and that's not going to get you very far. Yeah. So
just constant check downs.
So
but yeah, I mean, you guys have speed over the top with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. And then you have Reynolds as well. Like, Reynolds is fast and he's huge. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I mean, Van Jefferson hopefully will turn into something as well as a rookie. His first year, he had a couple touchdown catches, which were pretty good. I have faith in Cam Akers. I feel like as a running back, he's gonna turn things around as well for us. So I mean, we have a chance. Matthew Stafford just needs to not turn the ball over as much as Jared Goff did. Obviously Jared Goff upset being traded from the Rams. He kind of came out on Twitter and social media saying he's glad he's going to a team that appreciates him. And then of course Todd Gurley coming out and saying that, he was not surprised that they traded Goff away. because they traded Gurley away. So, you know, a lot of former players now kind of saying like, hey, you know, this is kind of what the Rams do. This is their MO. But I think, you know, McVay is a young coach who understands that you have to take advantage and win as many Super Bowls as you can now, because they don't come very often. And he saw how hard it was to win a Super Bowl when he went. So, you know, he wants to take advantage of that now. Who do you think won out of this, or do you think both teams kind of got what they wanted out of it? Or do you think one team won over the other in the trade market when it comes to the Lions or the Rams?
I would say it's fairly even, honestly, because I honestly don't think that the Lions wanted Goff. I don't think they did. But I think that was kind of the best offer on the table to make sure that they have some kind of starting caliber quarterback, even if he's not a great starting caliber quarterback. You know, Goff's okay, but he's not going to do good in Detroit. Expecting him to do good in Detroit when he did as bad as he did with the team that the Rams actually have, like that's just idiocracy.
Well, yeah, because I mean that offensive line for Detroit is not going to hold up for him, and you know the Rams at least had a better offensive line than what the Lions had. So,
and the Lions have Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay. They're both good, but they're not Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. And I mean, think about this. You mentioned Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson is a rookie, 6'3", 6'4". I think he ran like a sub 4.5 40, and he's the fourth receiver on your team. Like on most teams, he's the number one with those kind of numbers. He's number one.
Or at least up there, at least number two, if anything.
Yeah. But he's number 4 on your team.
Yeah.
Van Jefferson has a higher ceiling than Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones do. And Matthew Stafford just left that team that has a really crappy defense, crappy offensive line, and went to Matt Stafford upgraded.
Yeah.
The Rams upgraded. The reason I think it's kind of even, the Rams upgraded at quarterback. The Lions got the 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. That's
the only reason that I think it's even. I think 2 first-round picks was too expensive for Matt Stafford. But at the same time, the Lions they got something for it, you know. They got something for their 12-year quarterback, for their franchise quarterback. Because I don't really think they wanted Goff. I fully expect them to probably cut Goff before the season starts, to be honest.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they'll cut him. I think they'll use one of those first-round picks and draft a quarterback, and they'll have a quarterback battle. You know, and it's not to say that Jared Goff can't teach a rookie some stuff, because I mean, Goff hasn't been in the league that long, so he's not as knowledgeable as maybe some other quarterbacks, but he can teach him a little bit. But I think they know that Goff won't be able to handle, again, with that bad offensive line, he won't be able to stay in there very long before he's starting to, you know, get injured or, you know, cause a lot of turnovers. And then the fans are going to want the rookie quarterback to go in, and then he'll go in. So I feel like they'll still keep him, but they'll draft the rookie quarterback to just be like, hey, this guy right here is waiting for you to mess up. So as soon as you mess up, he's going in. But we'll see how that plays out. A lot of quarterback carousels going on. Reports that the Eagles are taking phone calls about Carson Wentz. There are no plans on trading him, but once Ian Rappaport, who is the go-to person for these kind of things, reports and says that teams are calling about someone, it's almost a done deal that something's going to happen. He's not going to report that a team is taking calls unless it's like going to go somewhere. So I can't even, like, excuse me, I'm trying to think like what teams like he would go to as like a good fit for him. I mean, he
49ers.
went. You think 49ers?
Yeah. Would you want to face him twice a year?
I mean, it just depends, if Carson Wentz is really his old self or not. Because I mean, his old self, no, I wouldn't. When he was like gonna get voted as the MVP until he got hurt that year, and they went on to the Super Bowl, I would not want to face that guy. No. But then ever since he came back from his injury, still he hasn't been the same. So I
The Eagles
don't
are
know.
also a crappy team all around.
Yeah, I mean,
the Eagles are not good.
Well, he didn't have any good wide receivers around him, that's for sure. They were dropping the ball like all the time. Man, yeah, if he went to the 49ers, that would suck. That would be a hard blow.
I think them and the Patriots would be the top two.
Patriots. I thought for sure Matthew Stafford was going to go to the Patriots because he just seems like a Patriot type of person,
He said no.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. I
send me to the Patriots.
That's right. I sent you that article. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford actually said no, he didn't want to go to the Patriots. So
yeah.
I mean, it's interesting.
Washington's actually like inquiring about Derek Carr as well.
Oh, okay.
I think Washington wants to try to put a trade together for Derek Carr. So yeah, there's a lot of talk out there, and that was from Ian Rappaport as well.
I mean, the QB carousel, I'm telling you, just wait. It's going to start, and then it's just going to keep going. I mean, once that first trade happens, which I thought maybe when the Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford one happened, I thought maybe more would start happening, but like Deshaun, I thought maybe Deshaun after that. But it seems like now teams are going to wait until after the Super Bowl. So once that second big trade happens, just wait. It's going to be a snowball effect, and all the pieces are going to start moving around. So it'll be very interesting to see where all these quarterbacks will land. And then if they're going to start or what's going to happen, going forward for that. One person did comment on the Stafford trade. Of course, was my lovely wifey, Melanie the Felony. She said, crazy. I think it's good that they are getting another QB. However, I can't believe they are trading more draft picks. Crazy. Hope this works for them. So she was an anti-Goff fan, like for ever since I've been a Rams fan. She has not liked him. So it'll be interesting. I asked her if she would start saying nicer things about my team while they're playing since he's not on the team anymore, and she said she would try. So hopefully she'll be kinder.
Let's be honest. You're a Rams fan. You are a diehard Rams fan. You have been a Rams fan as long as I've known you. Are you a Goff fan?
I was for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought he was pretty decent, and then once he became over a turnover machine, I mean that kind of puts a sour taste in your mouth, and then you're just like, nope, don't want that anymore.
Yeah,
not about that life. Because I mean,
so another thing that came out,
yeah.
Since we're still talking about like what's going down, John Gruden was accused of tampering.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Because of the Richard Sherman, yeah.
Yeah, because he said that he told Richard Sherman that the Raiders need an alpha on defense, and to give him a call if he's a free agent. And Richard Sherman said, "Well, I've got nothing but time, so let's plan something." I don't know how I feel about Richard Sherman going to the Raiders, but with Gus Bradley, the guy that created the Legion of Boom in Seattle, I think it'd be a good fit. But yeah, Gruden could probably get in a lot of trouble for that. If you tamper, you can lose draft picks. You can lose, you can be fined.
Yeah.
You can lose a lot of stuff from tampering. So hopefully, if they investigate it, it's pretty cut and dry. It was tampering, but
Well, that's why I'm kind of surprised. I don't know why the Goff and Stafford trade happened, because it's not time to be able to start doing that kind of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
just like, how did that trade happen? But it's not tampering.
Right.
So I don't know how that works.
Neither do I. I guess you just can't talk to players about like future contracts, like with other teams. Like the reason the problem is that until I think it's March 11th or March 7th, something like that, like the beginning of the off season, basically, that's when everything opens up. And until that date, Richard Sherman is still employed by the San Francisco 49ers. He's not technically a free agent until that date. And I think it's like March 7th or March 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So if you try to talk to a player from another team before they're actually a free agent, it's tampering.
Fair enough. Alrighty, well, let's see. I don't think anything else really big has been going on. I think that's about it, unless there were some other things that I had left out that you're aware of.
No, but watch tomorrow the Deshaun Watson trade happens.
They're just like, hey, we don't care, that you guys have done your podcast. We're just gonna we're gonna just keep on releasing stuff out the day after.
Yeah.
I
think if it does happen, we should do an emergency podcast. Jump on and talk about it immediately.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely agree with that 100%. Alrighty, well, wanted to get into some of the prop bets. I'm trying to look some of them up now because that's one of my favorite things, is being able to do the prop bets. Let's see. Trying to look up some of these.
See.
One of them that I already know without looking up, which was talked about. It was talked about today.
Hold on, sorry.
What?
Stupid. You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay. Yeah, I pulled up prop bets and I'm on CBS.
Yeah.
And it freaking started playing a video.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't hear anything. You're good. So the one prop bet that I thought was pretty interesting was talked about on Outkick the Coverage on Fox Sports Radio this morning. And they were talking about, it has Patrick Mahomes rushing yards, either over or under 18 yards in the Super Bowl. And I think it's pretty interesting for that one because they're talking about, his foot and, it's still a little injured. And so, he's going to have like the shot in it and everything to like, numb it up and get it ready, and have it all like taped up and whatnot. But one of their top offensive linemen, Fisher, is out because he tore his Achilles in the championship game. And so their offensive line is really banged up for the Chiefs. And so, with the Tampa Bay defense, who sacked Aaron Rodgers like loads of times, how much is Mahomes going to have to scramble? And it just seems like I think he'll have to scramble a lot more, especially, with his offensive line being so beat up and they have so many backups playing in there and rookies playing. So if it was me and I was taking the prop bet of over or under 18 yards rushing for Patrick Mahomes, I would take the over. And I would definitely say he would be rushing over 18 yards in the game. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. He's going to have one rush over 18 yards.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, fair enough. Let's see here. Take a look at some of these. Obviously, they always have like the point toss.
Was that Tampa Bay defense?
What about the defense?
I was just saying, with the Tampa Bay defense, Patrick Mahomes is going to be running for his life the entire game.
Alrighty, fair enough.
Did you even hear that?
Oh, it says it's trying to reconnect. So on the trying to reconnect. Oh, there we go. It says it's reconnected. Should be good. It didn't disconnect, so fingers crossed.
Okay. Did you hear what I said about the defense, though?
Yeah, he said he was going to be running for his life the whole time.
Yep.
I
just lost the recording.
Yep, it tried to reconnect again. So let me send it out here. I'm getting like all these notifications and all these texts from work that's making it my phone blow up. So I think it's having a hard time with everything.
Yeah.
Getting like 8 million texts from work. Looks like we already have a comment from Will Davis. He did Chiefs 31, Bucks 28. So we got a person there doing that. Let me try this here. I'll have to repeat that.
So we'll be giving away at least one prize.
Yep, that is true. All right, let's see if we can get that going again. Alrighty, sorry about the disconnection on Anchor. So we were saying we actually had someone comment while we're doing the show on our YouTube page, Will Davis. He commented and said it will be Chiefs 31, Bucks 28. So he has it as a really close game. So be interesting to see if the score does stay that close or not. So one of the prop bets that's always a good one is, of course, the coin toss, which I think is a funny bet to make in Vegas. You're gonna bet whether it's heads or tails. What's your go-to if you are playing a coin flip game and you need to win?
Tails.
My man. Yep, that's the way to go. Tails never fails. Friggin' Melanie the felony picking heads. I don't know what's wrong with her.
Heads always loses, man.
Right? I would be nervous if I was the ref, because they always have those specialty coins for the championship games and the Super Bowls. So it's not actually a heads and a tails. It's like some type of like symbols that are on it. So that would confuse the heck out of me. Like I know I don't know if it's the championship games or the Super Bowls, but they've had it where one side is, the one team and the other side is the other team. And so they don't even have anyone call heads or tails. They just flip it, and whoever's team lands is who gets to pick, So I know they've done that in the past. I don't know what their plan will be for this Super Bowl. Trying to bring up another prop bet thing here, because there's usually some really funny ones that they have going on. But
like, will the opening kickoff be a touchback?
Oh my gosh.
What will the first offensive play be? Will it be a run play or a pass play or sack?
Oh my gosh. I know on like FanDuel and stuff like that, they have who will score the first touchdown? Will it be a rushing touchdown? Will it be a throwing touchdown? What player will score it? I honestly think Travis Kelce is going to be the first player to score. I think he's going to score the first touchdown, and it's going to be
Tyreek.
It's going to be one of those touchdowns where they're on the goal line, and then Mahomes does that thing where he just flips it right to him, almost like a run play. They run that like all the time, and no one can freaking stop it. So like, I just feel like they're gonna do that one because Mahomes acts like he's gonna like run out of the pocket, and then he just plants his feet and stops, and the whole defense just all shifts in that direction, and then he just like gives a little pitch to Kelsey, and they score. So like, I really think that's how they're gonna score the first touchdown.
They have one that's total match points. Is it going to be odd or even?
Oh gosh.
Total punts in the game, total interceptions in the game. This is one bet I may actually like call a bookie and make. Well, Super Bowl MVP, Tyreek Hill is 1,200 to 1. Travis Kelce 1,300 to 1. So like if I bet, say, $50 on Tyreek Hill, that's $6,000.
Man.
Like if he gets it, I've won like $6,000 off $50.
Oh gosh. This one's good too. What color Gatorade will be poured on the winning coach? Like, I gotta say red, because if it's the Chiefs, they should have red, right? Even though Tampa, I guess, could have red too, because they have red in their colors.
Yeah. Will there be 3 unanswered scores in the game? Oh, yeah, prop bets are fun.
Oh, will Belichick be mentioned? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course he will.
He's definitely gonna be mentioned. I mean, Tom Brady's playing in the game. I mean, they're gonna mention him a lot.
I saw one that said, how many times will they mention Tom Brady's age compared to Patrick Mahomes' age? Like the gap in age. Because Mahomes is like 24 and he was in kindergarten when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl.
Oh gosh, yeah. I like this one. Will Tony Romo predict a play correctly?
He always does.
Yeah, like yeah, he's gonna. He's always just like, oh, this is gonna be a whatever play, and then sure enough, like that's like exactly how they run it.
Right.
Oh gosh, they actually have one. Will Tom Brady high five a ref?
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Oh shoot. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, that's all the ones that they had in this article. It was like an article was like the top like funniest prop bets for this Super Bowl, and that was it. They had one, of course, how long would the national anthem be? That's like a main state now. I think every year they have a prop bet on how long the national anthem will be.
Don't they have one on if the singer will mess it up too?
I think so, but I mean, usually the singers that they have in there, I wouldn't think would be able to do that.
I think with the last person that messed it up, I think was like Christina Aguilera, and after that they started actually posting the words on the jumbotron to where they can actually see it while they're singing it. So they do it like karaoke style.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think Christina Aguilera was the last one that messed it up.
I'm trying to read some of these other ones. Who kicks more field goals? Which position will win the Super Bowl MVP? Will Drake appear on stage during the halftime show?
Oh God, I hope not.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty, well, it's always fun going over those. I think they're always a lot of fun to talk about when it comes to that. One thing I wanted to bring up and talk about that I thought was a cool topic that they brought up on Outkick the Coverage. I'm taking a lot of their topics and stuff that they brought up today, but they had a lot of good discussions, so I'm going to do a little bit of thievery. But they actually brought up with Patrick Mahomes and his future. Do we think that Patrick Mahomes will be as meticulous and as driven to succeed and have the same amount or more Super Bowl wins or Super Bowl appearances than Tom Brady? Because Tom Brady has done a lot to make sure that he keeps not only his body, good to be able to play for all these years, but the mentality that, the amount that he has won has not been good enough. Kind of like a Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, it was never good enough. And that was the reason why he won all the titles that he won. And, if you watch the Michael Jordan documentary, you will know from his teammates, the stories that they had shared, that he was not always the greatest and most fun teammate to be with because of him demanding their performance and how they are to be on the same level as him. So do you think Patrick Mahomes will kind of settle and kind of get into this, well, if he does win his second Super Bowl at the age of 25, like, is he just going to get in a comfort zone, or is it going to be, he's going to be like a Tom Brady or a Michael Jordan where he strives to make sure perfection is like always achieved?
I think honestly, he's going to strive. I'm going to predict this right now. My prediction for the game is that the Chiefs win. Okay. I'm just throwing it out there because my prediction is that as much as I hate the Chiefs, they will be the first NFL team to ever three-peat the Super Bowl.
Well, there's been plenty of teams to do that. There's been
Nope.
plenty of dynasties.
There's never been a team to win 3 in a row. There's been teams that have won 2 in a row, then lost, and then won, but no team has ever won 3 in a row.
Patriots never did it?
Nope.
Cowboys never did it?
Nope.
49ers?
Steelers didn't do it. 49ers didn't do it. The most they got was 2 in a row.
Wow.
Nobody has ever done 3 in a row. And
Wow.
Patrick Mahomes is going to do it. He's going to be the first quarterback to ever do it. The Chiefs are going to be the first team to ever do it. And that makes me want to vomit in my mouth because I hate the Chiefs. But they're that good. The only players that they're going to lose this year to be able to meet the salary cap is Sammy Watkins. Like, Sammy Watkins won't be on the team next year.
Yeah.
But they're still going to have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Chris Jones, Travis Kelce. They're going to have Mitchell Schwartz. They're going to have that entire offensive line back. They're going to have their defense back. Tyrann Mathieu has already come out and said, I'll take less money to stay on this team. Other players have done the same thing. I will take less money to stay on this team.
Yeah, because they're smart,
Yeah.
And that was one of the big reasons why the Patriots did so well for so many years as well, is because Tom Brady always took a pay cut. He would always take a pay cut and then let a Randy Moss come in, or, let some other player on defense come in that they needed. So that's why the Patriots were always good for so long, because they didn't have to worry about losing so many people. Or if they did lose people, other players would take pay cuts so they could bring in other ones to replace those ones that left, or get whoever they needed. So that's an interesting point. I'm kind of mind blown that there's never been a team to three-peat. I thought for sure there was. So that's crazy. But I 110% agree with you. I could see the Chiefs easily doing that. I think they have what they need right now. They're, a dynasty waiting to happen. I think the only thing that could prevent them from doing that is some type of major injury to a major person,
Yeah.
That would be the only thing that could prevent them from being able to do that. As long as everyone stays healthy, like, yeah, they could easily do that. I think Patrick Mahomes doesn't need to go out of his way to be meticulous and to, excuse me, get to wanting to be great. I think he like growing up in Major League Baseball, watching his dad be a major league pitcher, he learned from a young age that you got to put that work in and you have to do what you need to do to become great. And so I think it's just ingrained in him already. And I don't think he needs to really do anything extraordinary like Tom Brady to get where he needs to be, other than maybe taking care of his body, so he can play for as many years as a Drew Brees or a Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think the one thing that he needs to do is learn to take some heat off of the ball so it doesn't damage his shoulder, so it doesn't damage his elbow. I think that's a big thing that may hurt him down the line. He was a pitcher in college.
Yeah.
He was also a quarterback in college. He threw a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He could have gone pro in baseball very easily as a pitcher. Excuse me. But they actually tested him out to see how fast he threw the ball, a football, right? So the fastest that Peyton Manning ever threw a ball was like 54 miles an hour. Drew Brees got to like 58. Tom Brady got to like 55, 56 miles per hour. Brett Favre was about 60, 65. I think Brett Favre capped out at like 65. That dude had a cannon. Patrick Mahomes threw a football 77 miles per hour.
Gosh.
Like most people cannot even throw a tennis ball that fast.
That's ridiculous.
Right? So, I mean, the dude's he's got a cannon for an arm. He does. He could throw the ball long. He can throw the ball fast. He can throw hard. What he needs to do to have longevity is make sure that he's taking care of his elbow and his shoulder, because a lot of pitchers, even in Major League Baseball, they have issues. Like Clayton Kershaw's had it. Madison Bumgarner's had it with Tommy John's.
Yeah.
It's messing up the ligaments and everything in your elbow from throwing the ball the way that you do. And he throws the football different than most people do.
Yeah.
But having him be able to take care of that is what's going to be important. It's not going to be just the regimen of taking care of his body and his mind. It's going to be a huge focus on his shoulder and his elbow, so he doesn't have to go through like Tommy John surgery, because Tommy John surgery could end his career.
That's true. It's like actually that reminds me, since you were mentioning that that we forgot to mention earlier in the podcast, that reports came out today that Trevor Lawrence, the so-called number one overall pick, he's probably going to get picked number one overall, is actually getting surgery on his shoulder. I think it's shoulder, maybe it was arm, I can't remember, but he's getting surgery, so he's going to miss the Clemson Pro Day. He said he would be ready by NFL training camp. So does this like hurt his draft stock? I mean, even though he is supposed to be the number one overall pick, or people saying, oh, he's getting shoulder surgery now, I mean, he's not going to be at the pro day. Like, is Urban Meyer still going to go out and do that, or is Urban Meyer going to be like, well, I'll just go for Justin Fields then?
Does he really have to go to pro day? I mean, honestly, like, everybody has seen him for the past 3 years and known exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he would have been picked number one or number two, like between him and Joe Burrow last year, had he gone into the draft. Like, I think it would have been hard pressed to have Joe Burrow go number one over Trevor Lawrence. Because I honestly think Trevor Lawrence is more NFL ready than Joe Burrow is.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to be that game changer. He's not going to be the Patrick Mahomes level, but I think he's going to be like the Deshaun Watson level.
Alrighty.
Like, even with the shoulder surgery, like he's still going to be good. He's still going to be, they still know what they're going to get from him.
Yeah.
You know, and if you really think that teams aren't going to ask for like videos of him throwing after the surgery, like I don't see why they wouldn't. They're still going to want to see something to show that, you know, hey, we're not going to draft you and you flat out just can never throw the ball again.
Yeah.
They're going to want to see something. But I don't think he needs a pro day. I really don't, because every team knows what they're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. When I first saw it, the first thing I thought of was maybe I'm gonna win this prop bet after all, or pop bet.
No.
Sorry.
No, because I got it, son.
All right. we shall see. We shall see. Actually, I can grab the pop so that way our audience can know, hey, like this actually happened. You know, actually came through. So here's the pop right here that I won from getting the picks right, or NFL picks of the week. So I appreciate you sending that to me, and you know, keeping your word, of you know, the bet that we had made. So I see and predict in my future many more pops that you will buy for me from picking the right picks each week.
No, I'll buy you pops because we buy each other pops, but you're gonna buy me more pops from like winning.
Oh, okay. We shall see.
Hey, the co-host has become the master.
Oh, he's trying to take over. This is an invasion.
No. You'll still be the host. I'll just be the master.
Oh, wow. So now I need a new intro for when I introduce us. You know, I'm not gonna say co-host anymore. And the master, Chris the Gorilla Binder, gracing us with his presence. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, that was too cocky. I can't keep that straight face. Can't do it.
I like the confidence. It's always good to have confidence on the show.
But hey, we were both over 500, so that makes me happy.
There you go. All right. Well, predictions for the Super Bowl. Let's get to it. So I'll start off. So I know you said that you think the Chiefs are going to win. I agree. I think the Chiefs are going to take this one. I think they're they're just too overpowered on offense. Defense, I don't think they're as good. I mean, they do what's needed to be able to win the game. You know, they'll get turnovers every now and then, and they'll hold teams to field goals. like that. Ram the Bucks.
Arrowhead.
I actually think this game is going to get out of control. My final score is going to be Chiefs 40, Buccaneers 24. I really think it's just going to get out of control, and the Bucks are not going to be able to handle how quickly the Chiefs can score and how quickly they can get ahead of you. In a blink of an eye, you're behind by 3 touchdowns. Like, and the Bucks have never had to deal with that. Do I think it's going to start off quickly like that? No, the Chiefs will do what they do, which is like get into the game, and then Andy Reid will read the defense and he'll figure out, okay, this is what's going to work, this is what's not going to work, and Andy Reid will adjust after like the first quarter, and then the Chiefs will just blow them away after that. And like I said, I think the Bucks are good. They got Tom Brady, but how many turnovers did he have in the Packers game? Didn't he have
3.
like 3? Yeah.
3 picks.
Yeah, you can't have 3 picks against the Chiefs because those 3 picks are going to be 3 offensive touchdowns after that. So, yeah, like I said, unfortunately, I think it's just going to get out of control, and the Chiefs are just going to run away with it. They'll be back-to-back champs.
All right. All right. So yeah. Two of my most hated things in the NFL, the Chiefs and Tom Brady.
What a great
Tom
Super
Brady's
Bowl, right?
He's a cheater. I can't stand him. And I would say that straight to his face and not even care. I'd be like, you're a cheater, and I think you're a disgrace to the game. And everybody calls him the GOAT. Like, I have respect for him that he wins, that he gets it done, you know.
Yeah.
But there's been too many instances where it's been him cheating that it's too much to overlook, you know. It really is, to have too much respect for him. That's my problem with Tom Brady, but that's just my opinion. Problem is, facts support my opinion just a little bit. But yeah, I honestly, I was talking with my wife, Jeanette, about this game, and she has like her work does these things where it's like, you get points and stuff for like guessing different things in the games. Yeah. And one of the things was, is it going to be over or under the 55.5 points or 54.5 points? And I was like, absolutely, it's going to be over. And she's like, you think it's going to be a high scoring game? I was like, yeah, it's going to be like 42-35 or 49-35. Like, it's going to be a high scoring game on both sides, because Tom Brady's going to get his points. You know, he's got Chris Godwin, he's got Mike Evans, he's got Gronkowski. Cameron Brate is actually out of the game. So he's losing that. But Antonio Brown's kind of come into his own with the team too. So they have a really good team. And Scotty Miller is overlooked. Like, that dude is really overlooked. Like, even on Madden, his rating in Madden is a 67.
Makes sense.
Kind of weird. Because the dude is fast. He's so fast. Like, he made Kevin King look silly on the Packers in that NFC Championship game. Like, Scotty Miller is fast. Yeah. He's a lot faster than what everybody thinks. The Bucs are going to match up Carlton Davis III against Tyreek Hill. Carlton Davis is a great corner, but there's nobody that can guard Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is short, and I've never seen anybody's legs move that fast ever in my entire life. Like, even watching Usain Bolt. Like, I want to see Tyreek Hill race Usain Bolt.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
I think it would be a close match. I really do. Like, Tyreek Hill is stupid fast. Like, dude, he raced Ocho. There's a video of him racing Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, and Terrell Owens. And he gave them both 10 yards and still beat them. And those two are known for being fast.
Yeah.
Like, he gave them a 10-yard head start and still beat them. And it wasn't close. Like, he smoked them.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that can guard Tyreek Hill. Carlton Davis is going to try, but I don't think he's not good enough. I'm honestly thinking Tyreek Hill's going to have another big game just like he did against the Bills. He's going to have 150 yards receiving. He's going to have 2 touchdowns. It's going to be hard for him to not be the MVP of the game. Patrick Mahomes, of course, is probably going to be the MVP. But yeah, I'm saying Chiefs 40. I'm going to say 45-35. 45-35 is what I'll call it.
Oof.
A 10-point differential.
Dang. All right. A high-scoring game. I like it. That's always, I mean, that's what the fans like. They like touchdowns. So we both had the Chiefs winning it, and, we'll see going into next season. I mean, this is the first time that I've seen where, after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last season, usually the Super Bowl champs are favored to go back. I mean, it's just how it goes. They always are like, okay, you just won the Super Bowl. That means you're the best team, so you're most likely to go back. And then, 90% of the time it doesn't happen that way. But the Chiefs actually did it, and their record shows it too. I mean, they only lost one freaking game all season.
Against the Raiders.
Against the Raiders.
At home. Sorry.
Got to remember that, yeah, against the Raiders.
And then the Raiders almost beat them again. Let's be real. They almost beat them again. They scored that touchdown with like a minute 10 left to take the lead, and then they marched down and won because the Raiders defense sucks ass.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. That's what I was saying. It's just interesting that that's how it played out, when it comes to that. So we'll see who's able to take that game. We're definitely excited to watch it. I know Melanie the Felony is super duper excited, especially since the Chiefs are her team and she loves Patrick Mahomes. So it'll be a great game to watch. It actually says the game starts at 6:30 p.m.
Eastern time?
Yeah, Eastern time.
Okay, so that's 4:30 my time, 3:30 Pacific. So why don't we do the cutoff at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. your time?
There you go. Sounds good. Sounds like
that's the cutoff. Any votes after that do not count. So get them in before then on Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern time. No, 4 o'clock. Yeah, 4 o'clock Eastern time, 2 o'clock Mountain Time.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to continue to promoting the contest like hardcore. Definitely going to try to get as many friends and family involved as I can, and have them share it and, go about having other people participate as well.
Remember, you can get this.
That's true. That's the I think that's the one that a lot of people are going to want.
Yep.
I think we might have to have you take some pictures of those and just post those with the rules, and then that way people can correlate that, hey, they can win these by doing that. So we'll have you take some pictures of them and post them on our Facebook page and get that going. I think that's about it. I mean, we could talk about some other sports and what's been going on, but I think a lot of people are more interested in just the Super Bowl. I think that all eyes are on that with it being Super Bowl weekend. Unless there was something major that you wanted to bring up in sports, like other sports.
No.
Because
I know of.
Yeah, because like basketball and baseball and hockey, they're still doing their thing, but it's still early in the season. So,
that's one of the things. If you haven't watched it and you have ESPN Plus, go watch the 30 for 30, Al Davis versus the NFL. It played yesterday. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Like it breaks down a lot of stuff that he went through and how cocky he really was. Like, he was a kid from Brooklyn that was like, I'm going to do what I got to do to get ahead, and I don't care who I take down in front of me. Like, it was cool. If you have ESPN Plus, go on and watch it, or keep an eye on ESPN, check it out, because it's actually worth the watch. It really is. And Al Davis, I'm just going to throw this out there. Al Davis is the one that opened up the ability for other teams to be able to move without really much of a fight.
Alrighty. I like it. Alrighty. Well, we will keep everyone posted on any major news stuff that comes up, especially with NFL in the off season. And we'll be focusing more on NBA and baseball and hockey with the NFL coming to a close. I guess that to end it on with NFL stuff, I am quite surprised that the NFL was able to pull off a season this year with everything with COVID. I think they did a pretty good job. They had some games that were postponed and moved around a lot. And they had some games where the team didn't have any starting quarterbacks, and another game where there was no starting wide receivers. But they, they didn't put any detriment to the season. It wasn't teams that it was crucial, So I think it was successful season, especially with COVID and with the Super Bowl happening. And a lot of people didn't think that the Super Bowl or the NFL would even happen. A lot of people didn't think that they could pull off an NFL season. What?
You did say that it didn't really affect any teams or was detrimental to any teams really. The wide receiver one was kind of detrimental because I think if the Browns won that, if they had waited and actually had their receivers, they had a really good shot at winning their division.
Who did they play the game against with no wide receivers?
I think it was the Jets.
Oh, the Jets. The
But
Jets.
still,
Oh my God. They should have had their starting wide receivers. It was the Jets. I'm sorry, I forgot because the Jets were just killing it. They just did such a great job.
Was it the Jets?
It was, yes.
Okay. But I mean, still, like the Jets, I get what you're saying with that, but having a full team does kind of make a difference. And Baker Mayfield not having anybody to throw to, and all they have is Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Like, granted, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are beasts. It kind of kills it if the defense knows this is all you have. You have nothing else. This is it. So we're going to stop you. It's disconnecting again.
Stop it. Stop doing that.
I didn't do anything. But I mean, it could have changed the scope of the AFC North. I think it's the North, right? Yeah, it's the North. With the Browns, the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Steelers, the AFC North.
Yeah.
I think that could have changed the aspect a little bit. Had they had the receivers, the Jets wouldn't have stood a chance. But when all they have to do is load the box to stop Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, it makes it a little bit of an easier game to win.
Okay.
Just saying.
I do believe, if I remember correctly, when we had to do the picks for the week, you knew that, and you said the Browns were still going to shove it down their throat and beat the Jets. You still picked the Browns to win that game.
I know.
Just saying.
Mistakes were made, okay? Mistakes were made.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, we appreciate everyone. Like we said, please participate in the contest. Go to our YouTube channel, Sports Harder Podcast. Leave a comment in who you think will win and the final score. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get entered into it. You can win a $25 B-Dubs gift card, a Mandalorian print, or a Tombstone print. So we're excited about those. Please, follow us on Facebook, Sports Harder Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, sports_harder_podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Sports Harder P, capital S, capital P. Follow us on, I think I said Instagram already, but in case I didn't, I think I did. Yeah, sports_harder_podcast. YouTube channel for the contest, and Facebook with all the latest updates and stuff like that. I think my co-host is frozen here. Oh no. He left me. He decided to leave. Let's try to see if we can get him back here. He decided to leave me right at the end. See what we can get going here, man. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. Right at the end too. That's like the best time to have it. Let's try it. Let's try to get him again. If we're not able to get him, that was the end of our episode. We will. Oh yeah, it looks like he's having some power troubles. So we will catch you guys on the next episode. We're excited. We love you guys. Participate in the contest, and until next week, we will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.